Hello everyone, Daisy here again with another layout for SPIEGELMOM Scraps. Today I am also participating in the Paper Issue Scrap Lift Challenge for the month of December 2019, and there will be a copy of the layout that I am scrap lifting at the beginning of the video, but I am focusing on using my SPIEGELMOM Scraps sequins. So Jody has been having some amazing sales, which if you subscribe to the newsletter, you would have found out about the sales. There's kind of a 12 days of sparkles going on, and you are notified through the newsletter. So if you aren't signed up already, I definitely think you should head on over and get signed up so that you don't miss out on any of the amazing things that are going on. So what I'm doing here is I'm starting out with this striped paper, and this is a Jen Hadfield paper, and I am just sewing around the outside. So I wanted to do kind of like an almost oh, what am I trying to think of? Like we're totally at a loss for words here. Where I take my pen and I go around the outside. That's something that I like to do, an outline, like a, kind of scribbly one. So I'm doing it with thread because you wouldn't be able to see it really well with this striped paper. So I'm using a white thread, a red thread, and a gold metallic. And just going around the outside, I'm making my lines all wonky. I'm not trying to stay straight by any means. And then I'm taking these squares, and I have 2-inch squares here. I have some cut out in that black and white plaid and some in this red and black plaid. And those are just scraps out of my scrap bin. I'm not 100% sure where they're from. I think the red and black is American Crafts. And the black and white one is actually a vellum that I backed on just a white piece of cardstock. And so I'm using the gold thread and I'm stitching an X through these plaid squares, and then I'm going to stitch around the outside of the solid color. So I have a black, a red, and a white that I am going to stitch around using that gold metallic thread. And I do leave most of this in here. So I'm using this is a Brother sewing machine that I've had for about 10 years now. I just use whatever needles in it at the time, which this one is just a regular sewing needle, like a regular weight one. I do have like denim ones for if I'm going to do thicker paper or something like that. I do find that it helps a little bit. But yeah, I basically use the same needle over and over again, and then as soon as it gets too sticky or gunked up, then I just throw it away and get a new one. I do not use this on fabric because it is not sharp anymore. So on the white squares, I am stitching on some plastic page protector because I'm going to make these into little shaker pockets. So I'm just stitching it on here on 3 sides, and then I'm going to fill it up with sequins. And I'm going to, I think, show you one. I had to run out to the kitchen because I am making dinner at this time too, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to fill this one using the Red Rapture sequins, and then I'm going to kind of go off camera because I have to finish dinner. But what I was trying to say earlier is Jody's been having a lot of sales on, so the shop is starting to clear out a little bit, so you might not be able to find these exact sequin mixes, but rest assured she's going to be coming in with some new ones, so don't worry about that. And these may be restocked at some point too. I'm not really sure. She might have some and just be trying to figure out her inventory. So they might pop back in the store. You just kind of got to keep an eye out. And if not, there will be another mix coming soon. I'm sure that will fit your needs. But I am using the Red Rapture, the Whiteout, and the Black Magic sequins here to create my shaker pockets. And then all I'm doing is I'm following the scrap lift layout, or the layout that I'm scrap lifting, pretty closely and laying out my squares in the same way. And I really like how impactful this is. I love the striped background and then adding the plaid on top of it. I just think it's a lot of fun. So I just used my ATG to stick all the squares down. And I think the stitching adds a lot to it. So I'm just going to create a little element to go over here on this side of the photo, just using kind of my scrap pieces and pieces that I cut off the ends to create this little piece to go over there. And then this is a photo of my kids from a couple years ago. It's just with them with some lights, and unfortunately we only had red lights that year, so the picture looks really cool when you turn it black and white, but it looks kind of weird with it in red, but I'm still going to scrap it because why not? But they do look a little evil. So anyway, I backed the photo with a white piece of cardstock and then added some pattern paper from a DCWV paper pack. And then I added this little tag that says Merry and Bright, and that is from Fancy Pants, I want to say, but I'm not 100% sure. And I decided I want to add these little pom-poms because I found these at Joann Fabrics, and I'm like totally in love with them. I want to use them on everything, and this is actually the first layout I've used them. And now I'm just adding these Bella Boulevard little tabs up to the top. So just thinking maybe I could use one of those big medallions somewhere from the Red Rapture, but I don't end up getting that on. And then I'm going to pick out my title here, and I just decided to go with Christmas Magic. Because let's face it, it's, you know, magic that they're all together and not fighting, so why not? And I'm using these Jelly Bean Soup letters, and it takes me a few minutes to find all of the letters in here. I think these are great letters, but man, searching through them is really, really, really annoying. So just finding all my pieces, and I'm not going to make you watch me glue them down. I do that off camera, but... So like I said, if you don't already subscribe to the newsletter, definitely head on over and get that going for yourself. We get awesome things every month, lots of free cut files and Spotlight. That's where you find out who the Spotlight Sparkler is, and we like to feature members of the group and things like that. So definitely worth signing up for. And then also head on over and join the Facebook group, because you get lots of inspiration from there, and it's another great place to find out what's going on, you know, when the sales are and everything. So it's definitely worth doing that. I will have links down in the description box below, and I'll also try to put a card up at the top linking you to the SPIEGELMOM Scraps Facebook page, or not Facebook page, but YouTube channel. So you can head on over there and check out more inspiration from the sparklers, because we post both on our personal channels and on the SPIEGELMOM Scraps channel as well. So I'm almost finished with this, just sticking down some extra sequins here from all three mixes, and then that's going to be it. So if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button below, and I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!